Hi everybody. Imagine a beautiful tropical nation in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Its waters are crystal clear, white sand stretches endlessly, and the sky is as blue as a painting. But behind the stunning beauty of the Maldives, now a world-famous tourist destination, lies a chilling story of a sea spirit, the Quran, and a mass conversion to Islam. Yes, the Maldives is not just a scenic collection of islands. It holds one astonishing truth. More than 99% of its population is Muslim, making it one of the most Islamic nations on earth. Some even claim the figure reaches a full 100%. But the journey to that point was far from ordinary. Local legend tells of a time when Maldivians lived in fear of a terrifying sea demon known as Renamari. Every month, they would sacrifice a virgin girl to appease the angry spirit of the sea. Then one day, a foreign scholar named Abu al-Barkate Yusuf al-Berberi arrived from Morocco, bringing with him a new light. He was unafraid of the sea demon. He entered the sacrificial temple not with fear, but with the Quran. And after spending the night reciting its verses, something miraculous happened. Renamari never appeared again. The story spread like wildfire. The king of the Maldives, deeply moved by what he had witnessed, publicly embraced Islam, followed by his entire court and then the rest of the nation. From that day forward, Islam became the official religion of the Maldives, a status that has remained unshaken to this day. Why does this story matter? Because it laid the foundation for a deeply Islamic society. Today, magnificent mosques rise in every city corner. The call to prayer echoes alongside the crashing waves, and Islamic values are at the heart of the nation's laws and culture. In this report, we'll dive deeper into how the legend of a sea ghost led to one of the largest mass conversions in history, how Islam grew and flourished in this island nation, why the Maldives remains a unique Islamic country in an ever-changing world. Follow this extraordinary story from chapter to chapter and discover the hidden spiritual side of a land that looks like paradise. The Maldives, today known for its rows of beautiful mosques, was once a cluster of islands shrouded in superstition and fear. Locals lived under the shadow of a chilling legend about a monstrous sea creature that emerged during every full moon. The beast was called Renamari, and to keep it satisfied, the people were forced to offer a virgin girl as a sacrifice. This tale wasn't just a campfire horror story, it was a terrifying part of life. Before the arrival of Islam, Maldivians practiced animistic rituals and worshipped sea spirits, believing that failing to offer sacrifices would bring storms and devastation. But everything changed in the 12th century when a foreign preacher, Abu al-Barkate Yusuf al-Berberi, a Moroccan Islamic scholar, arrived, bringing not a sword, but the Quran. Upon hearing of the horrific sea spirit, he courageously volunteered to face the beast himself. As the night of the sacrifice arrived, Abu al-Barkate entered the ritual temple. But this time, no frightened girl followed. Instead, he came alone, carrying only the Quran. Through the night, he recited its verses, filling the space once filled with terror with the words of God. Morning came. Renamari never appeared. Word of the miracle spread rapidly. The king, witnessing this firsthand, was so moved that he embraced Islam on the spot, followed by his court and eventually the entire population. From that moment, Islam became the official religion of the Maldives, replacing centuries of pagan belief. The arrival of Islam didn't just end the era of fear, it transformed the nation's entire identity. The very shrine once used for sacrifices became the site of Hukuru Miski, the Maldives' oldest mosque, carved from coral stone and still standing today. Ritual calendars gave way to the Islamic lunar calendar. Traditional customs and laws were replaced with Sharia-inspired practices. What was once a dark, haunted temple became a house of peace and prayer. This incredible transformation wasn't fueled by violence or conquest, but by the power of the Quran and the courage of a single man. Abu al-Barakat didn't just convert a nation, he rewrote its spiritual destiny. After the miraculous night that changed the spiritual course of the Maldives, Islam didn't merely survive, it thrived. Today, across every island, from the bustling capital of Malé to the most remote village, the call to prayer echoes alongside the sound of crashing waves. Mosques aren't just places of worship, they're the heartbeat of every community. To this day, the Maldives is recognized as one of the only nations in the world where 100% of citizens are Muslim, by law and by belief. The country's constitution mandates Islam as a requirement for citizenship. There are no churches, no temples. Islam is not just the state religion, it is the core of national identity. Every Friday, the rhythm of life shifts. Stores close early, the streets quiet down, and thousands of worshippers gather for Jumu'ah prayers. During Ramadan, the entire country transforms. Cafes are closed by day, families gather at mosques for iftar, and the nights glow with faith and community. Among the most iconic symbols of the Maldivian Islamic revival is the Sultan Muhammad Thakur Fanu Al-Azam Mosque, located in the capital, Malé. Its white dome and towering minaret make it one of the largest and most beautiful mosques in South Asia. And in a testament to the country's deepening devotion, in 2022 the Maldives inaugurated the King Salman Mosque, a stunning, modern structure with a capacity for 10,000 worshippers, funded with support from Saudi Arabia. Other notable mosques include Hukuru Miski, the ancient coral stone mosque with fine hand-carved designs; Mohammed Mosque, a gleaming modern landmark in Hull Humail; hundreds of small community mosques, dotting even the tiniest inhabited islands. Islam is lived here, not just practiced. Children learn to recite the Quran at an early age. Religious education is part of the national curriculum. Islamic scholars actively preach through radio, TV, and social media, helping to ensure that faith is passed on from generation to generation. Even tourists who flock to the Maldives for its beaches and luxurious resorts can't escape its Islamic character. Alcohol is strictly regulated and only served in designated resort areas. Locals dress modestly, and most women wear hijab. Public displays of Islamic hospitality and respect are everywhere. From turquoise shores to the golden domes of its mosques, the Maldives is not just a tropical paradise. It's a thriving Islamic nation in its purest form. Here, Islam has taken root so deeply that it shapes every part of life, quietly, peacefully, and beautifully. From a haunted legend to the widespread echo of the Adhan across hundreds of islands, the Maldives has undergone a spiritual transformation like no other. This small nation in the middle of the Indian Ocean isn't just a postcard-perfect getaway. It's a living example of how Islam can shape a country's soul without war, without conflict, only through faith, wisdom, and peace. While many countries struggle with interreligious tensions or secular drift, the Maldives remains steadfastly and harmoniously Muslim. Islam here isn't imposed with force, it's lived with devotion. Visitors may come for the beaches, but they leave having experienced a quiet, unwavering sense of spiritual order. The mosques are full, Islamic traditions are strong, and national laws continue to reflect Sharia-based values. Islam is practiced not as an obligation, but as an identity, rooted deeply in daily life, law, education, and culture. The Maldivian experience offers a powerful message to the global Muslim community, that a nation doesn't need to be large or loud to be strong in faith. It simply needs consistency, commitment, and clarity of values. The Maldives has shown that it's possible to embrace the modern world through tourism, diplomacy, and education without compromising Islamic principles. Islam does not need to shout to be heard. Lived sincerely and peacefully, it speaks louder than words. This tiny island nation teaches us that peace, prosperity, and piety can coexist, not just in theory, but in practice. The story of Islam in the Maldives is one of miracles, transformation, and resilience. From fear of a sea spirit to the proud minarets that now rise above every town, the Maldives stands as a symbol of how faith can flourish, even in the middle of the sea.